seem loud as fuck. Nah, whatever. We're going. Welcome to the Bartenders Anonymous podcast, episode 9. And we are rolling. I took probably too many notes this week, and I was reading through them, and I was like, this is too much shit. I can't even, I don't want to read that right now, so we're just going to go. Hopefully this mic sounds normal. I adjusted some levels a little bit. Try and get this to sound professional. Let's see, we got some coffee, water, and a cough drop. This will be the first episode. I'm going no nicotine. Haven't had nicotine in 2 days. This is day 3. That's kind of the make or break. So I'm going to get through this one, and I should be good on nicotine for a while. As I don't have the excuse of, I only do nicotine when I'm drinking, because I haven't been drinking. So, yeah, I've been bored and just doing nicotine because I can't drink. But now it's like, all right, let's cut another vice and see if we can just be 100% sober. Aside from coffee. The coffee's not going anywhere. I got to have something. And, you know, I'm trying to quit the nicotine. I reserve the right to break at any moment. So there's nicotine close by, but we're trying. All right, so I am officially a bartender again. Some pretty fucking wild shit how that went. Yeah, because I was expecting to be the kind of the secondary guy, and because they had hired another dude, and I was like, yeah, he can have the weekend shifts. I just want some slow days. Just let me go in there, make a couple bucks, and kind of keep learning as I go. And yeah, that's not how it's working out, because apparently that guy was a dipshit, and nobody liked him. He's kind of an arrogant whatever. I never even met him. I don't think I will, but yeah, didn't get a lot of positive feedback about that guy. And then I go in there just being normal and know how to make drinks and follow directions. And they're like, oh yeah, we would like you, like way prefer you over that dude. And so I get a call from the owner the other day, and she's like, yeah, how you feeling about the restaurant? I'm like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I probably need a little bit more training, but no, I'm feeling pretty good about it. And she's like, no, like, do you want the job? And I'm like, oh, I mean, yeah. She's like, yeah, because that other guy's not working out. Like, I thought he was good in the interview or whatever, but it's not getting a lot of good feedback. So, yeah, if you want it, it's yours. And I was like, well, what are the days? Because that's my biggest thing is I only wanted to work part-time. And she's like, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'm in. I'm down. So officially got the job. And so I texted her today because I was dealing with my DUI stuff that I got more appointments I'm going to have to go to. And I was like, I don't have anything till next Thursday. So you want me in there this weekend? And she's like, yeah, can you come in tonight and train? And I'm like, oh, yeah. So I feel like I'm going to fall into my like way more work than I anticipated, but I mean that's just how life goes. You dip your toe in the water and you're gonna fucking sink or swim. So it's gonna be an adventure. But I have no how you say obligation. That's the word I was looking for. I have no obligation. So it's like I can just fucking quit anytime I want, but I'm already feeling like not that I owe this place something, but it's like I feel like they need me. And I'm like, I need to get out of my fucking house because being unemployed is relatively boring when you can't drive. So I'm like all in for the next however many months until I can drive again. And then who knows? If I like it, I'll stay. I'll stick around and whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of shit. Especially that first day. Because it's not like my corporate job that I had where it's like there's somebody for slot machines, there's a supervisor, there's security, there's hostess or host or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, as a bartender there, I had a lot of like responsibilities or whatever. But this place, it's like the people walk in the restaurant, you're the first person they see, and you're kind of like left or right or outside or sit at the bar, like you kind of direct them where to go. So you're like the host, and then yeah, you got to do all the lottery shit, scanning tickets, paying people out. You're in charge of that drawer. And then if the servers need change, it's like you're the only one with a drawer. Like they have some money on them or whatever, but generally like they're coming to you to get change. And so yeah, I don't know. It's just a fucking lot. And then you're basically like the supervisor because there is no supervisor because it's just like the owner. And so it's just kind of weird that it's just like the waiters, the back of house people, bartender, owner, and that's just the whole dynamic. And I'm just like, Jesus, this is a lot of shit. And I'm like, I can make drinks and I can learn the POS system in due time, but it's gonna be a lot. But I think I got maybe three more days of training, and then I'm gonna be just thrown in that shit. So, but I'm telling you, there is a lot more fulfillment compared to the corporate job where you're just like, yeah, what do you want? Here you go. Thanks for the dollar. Like, I'm not cleaning shit. I hate this place. And when you're like in this place, it's like it's so kind of in your face how everything is like. You can't escape it and pass the buck to somebody else. It's like you got to take care of this. And there's no barbacks, but the day shift people like take care of all the fruit cutting and all that. So that stuff's all ready to go. I don't got to do any of that shit. So that's kind of nice. So basically, I just got to make sure that the bar till and the lotto till are evened out. So there's some math involved there that I'm like, all right, I'll try my best. But it's kind of scary when you're dealing with like thousands of dollars and there's no supervisor. It's just like, yeah, you got to count that shit, make sure it's good. At the end of the night, throw it in the safe and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, it's wild. It's like somewhere, it's like a mix between, because I used to close at McDonald's. And so we would like, lock up the restaurant, make sure everything's locked, and then count the till and da-da-da. And it's like a mix between that and my corporate job. Because like I learned how to bartend at the corporate place, and now it's like I'm somewhere in between where it's like, yeah, this is a restaurant, and it's on you. You got to shut the place down and make sure the tills are right. You don't just get to pass it off to somebody else. So yeah, it's a lot. But this is good because this is the Bartenders Anonymous podcast that I have not. I mean, I consider myself a real bartender, but this is my first like real in the shit bartending job because it's a totally different animal compared to a place where you've got security and supervisors and all that. And I don't know. I think this trade-off is way better though, because I was so sick of that bullshit and people breathing down your neck. And here it's like, yeah, the responsibility is on you, but at least nobody's breathing down your neck. It's just like, yep, figure it out. And if you do, cool. If not, you're kind of fucked. But at least surveillance isn't just staring at you and giving you write-ups and fucking. That was one of the hardest things is because they all free pour there, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you, like, I don't know how to. I've never free poured before. I've always used jiggers, and so I was just like trying my best because I had a couple of drinks come up, and then she does the water in the bottle, and I'm practicing my count, and like if I'm totally focused and I'm doing my count, then it's like I can kind of do it, but I try doing it and then somebody talks to me and it fucks up the count and I'm like just a fucking idiot. So they had some jiggers underneath the counter there that nobody uses, and I'm like, I'm using those fucking things. I can still over pour a little bit, but I need those when you've been bartending with jiggers for 8 years to just go, okay, free pour now. It kind of it doesn't, your brain doesn't know how to do it. I mean, I'll learn eventually, but for now I'm like, if I'm just getting thrown into this shit, I'm going to need those jiggers to get through this. So, but yeah, it's like people coming up to the bar, and then you got to go back and check on the lottery machines, and they got half the restaurant is just regulars. It's just like, yeah, we'll freaking Farmer Dan here with his Michelobes, and Chris drinks Coors Light with the lime, and Joe drinks Bud Light with the lime, and da-da-da. I don't know. I think once I get into the flow of it, it'll be fine. It's just like learning all the little bullshit with the lottery and the Keno and the balancing, make sure the till's even. So, but this is the first time I've had fun at work in a while, and like I know I'm being trained, so I kind of got to be like, yes, ma'am, da-da-da. But in general, it's pretty satisfying. Like when you're all done at the end of the night and you lock the shit up. And granted, I've only worked 2 days, so I'm like, I'm gonna go in there tonight. What's today? Friday. So this will be like my first weekend thing, because I worked on last Sunday, and it was like pretty busy, but it was my first day, so it was a lot, and I was kind of uncomfortable. But I was just like, yes, ma'am, da-da-da, do the best I can. Day 2, I kind of learned the POS system a little bit better, got a little more comfortable with it, so maybe tonight we can kind of put it all together, because it'll be busier, and I'm going to, oh, what did I do? Something stupid. She let me answer the phone, and I was like, no, let me do it, and I answered it, and I was like, I said the name of the last bar that I worked at, and she's kind of looking at me like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, god damn it. But whatever, I'll get used to that, because once you kind of learn the dynamic of the new place and the routine and whatnot, it's like it is kind of the same shit. It's just a totally different layout and all that. So, but I'm excited. I'm stoked. And I just was walking down the road, and they said bartender needed on their billboard, and I was like, all right, let's fucking get in there. So, yeah. Pretty bizarre shit, but the universe works in mysterious ways, and it was time for me to get out of this damn house. And, yeah, especially once I start making some money, and I can, I know I got my 401k coming, but I need to not spend that. So if I can start making some cash at a place that I don't fucking hate, I'm excited about that very much. So guess we'll find out next week if I fucking hate it, because I'm going to be, it's because she wants me to work tonight, and it's only Friday, so then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, I'm kind of excited. Let's see. In other news, my DUI bullshit that I had to ride the bus to the next town over, because God forbid it's just in the town you live in. So I was like, haven't ridden the city bus, I don't think ever, from town to town. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll wake up, see when the schedule is. And luckily I woke up early. I woke up at like 7, and I just kind of Googled the bus schedule or whatever, and it's like, yeah, next bus is at 7:45, and then the one after that is at 2:45. And I'm like, fuck, my appointment is at 2. I literally have to get on that 7:45 bus. So I throw my shit together, get ready for the day, it's cold because it's morning time, so I have a hoodie on, and I grab my skateboard, and I go down to the bus stop, and immediately the sun comes out, and I'm just like, fucking A, I'm going to have to take this hoodie off and carry it around all day, and my stupid skateboard that I barely know how to ride. Just felt like a fucking idiot right off the bat, and I had literally like 6 hours to kill. And so, whatever, get on the bus, get into town there, and just kind of start skateboarding around. Went and found like a cool hipster coffee shop, sat in the corner, drank my coffee, listened to podcasts or whatever, or some gangster shit, some fucking Wu-Tang I was listening to or something. Just being a thug in the hipster coffee shop with my stupid skateboard, eating a jalapeno bagel, which was fucking delicious, by the way. Coffee was alright. It was alright. But the bagel was delicious. But hanging out in a coffee shop is dope, but it's like once you drink all your coffee and you eat your bagel, it's like, alright, I don't know how all these other people are hanging out here for like hours on end, but I gotta get the fuck out of here. So that killed maybe an hour. And yeah, so I got the fuck out of there, and I'm walking down the road, and like nothing's open because it's so early. So it's like coffee or coffee or coffee. That's like all, or barber shops. I notice there's a lot of barber shops open, but I'm like, I cut my own hair. Thank you very much. I don't need a barber. Yeah. So I fucking just dicked around for hours and hours and hours. Went to the bike store when it opened because I'm riding my stupid skateboard. I went in there and talked to the guy, and he's like, I was telling him how I'm like not a real great BMX expert, but I like to do my shit myself, and I've just fucked this bike up pretty bad. And he's just like, yeah, just bring it in, and I'll tinker around with it and figure out what's up. And I'm like, oh, all right. I was kind of hoping he'd be like, yeah, just get this and put that on there, and but they want you to bring it in and they can look at it and all that. And I'm like, but it's my shit. I want to fix it myself. And, you know, maybe I start making some money. I'll just go buy a fucking $600 BMX bike that I don't know how to ride, but it's still better than skateboarding. I suck at skateboarding. Getting really good at carrying it around, though. And then I'll skate like a little, 50-yard stretch. So I'm getting practice here and there, but it's just, I don't know. Like anytime I'm like, I have to like skate past a human, like I did that yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm on a straight stretch, and I start skating. But then there's people walking, and they're slower than me, obviously, so then I have to skate past them. And like the first guy, I skate past him. I was like, okay, whew. All right, made it past him. And then there's a lady, and I could tell that the sidewalk was like a little fucked up, and I was like, oh, god damn it. And literally, I get to the shitty part of the sidewalk like right when I'm about to pass her, and I have to like jump off my skateboard and like pick it up, and I'm like, oh, it's dangerous. And I just like fucking run past her. I just like ran to the other side of the road because I'm like, oh, jeez, you're fucking such an idiot. And that's why I prefer a BMX bike, because you can just ride it like a bike, and it's more fun than just like riding a mountain bike. Try and do a little bunny hop. Skateboard, it's like, it's so hard to just ride it. So BMX bike all day. Skateboarding is just too hard. That being said, I did get a new chain, and it's on my BMX bike, and I just rode it today, and it works. It might not be like pristine, perfect, because the chain's a little loose, but it's on there, and it's functional. So fuck that bike shop. Until I start making some bartender money again, then I'm going to go in there and check out some $600 bikes. Yeah. All good things in due time. Let's see, what else? What was I talking about? DUI shit? So, I did finally go to my stupid appointment. And, yeah, it's like this kind of weird older guy. Super nice. Almost too nice. And, it's like they tell you how you have all these rights, and they want you to be treated fairly, and da-da-da, and they're trying to help you, and nah. And I'm just like, yes, thank you so very much. But on the inside, I'm like, just get this fucking over with. I don't give a shit. Where do I sign? Get me out of here. And he's like, when we're all done or whatever, signing all this stuff, and he's like, all right, now, do you need the talk? And I was like, what does that mean? What's the talk? And he's like, I don't want to see your ass in here again. I want you to do good. And I'm just like, all right, man, I will not. Like, thank you so much. Da-da-da. He was just kind of a goober. But he was nice. I'd rather him be a goober than a fucking asshole. So, goobers all day. I was like, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, you will not see me again. I got your phone number. I'll call you if I need anything. But, yeah, I don't want to see you again either. So, get the fuck out of there. Ended up hitting up a buddy, and he picked me up, so I didn't have to ride the bus home. So, that was sick. Went and got some lunch. Good lunch. It's tasty. Didn't drink. I found when I go to a bar now and I don't drink, I'm getting tonic water with lime. And then I ask for a soda water, and I mix the two when I get halfway through. Because tonic water just tastes kind of weird. And I'm like, I like it. It's just something funky. because I can't have alcohol. So I'm like, give me that tonic with lime. Hold the gin. No gin in my tonic and lime. So, it's tasty. Now if I can just steer clear of the nicotine. Easier said than done, but it's not impossible. I'm on today's day 3, right? Yeah. So, if I can get through a work shift without nicotine, now that's a real test. But I would like to be able to do my job without needing any nicotine, because then that's a whole nother kind of thing you got to deal with. Don't get me wrong, I love some nicotine, and I reserve it, but since I quit my last job, I've been just fucking nicotine every day. So, time to chill out again with the nicotine. Try and do better. Coffee, water, cough drops. I like sucking on cough drops just for something. Let's see, what else? That's 20 minutes. That fucking flew by. Oh, I finished The Bear. That show. And, of course, it leaves you with the fucking cliffhanger and stuff, but yeah, that show is badass. I liked it a lot. Done very well. And a lot of the stuff I didn't relate to because I worked at a corporate place, and so it's like, yeah, I worked in a restaurant, but it's not like a small town kind of thing. And so, literally, I finished The Bear, I think the day of my first training shift. And so then I go into the small town restaurant, and I'm like, looking at the back of house, and I'm like, this is just like The Bear. I'm like at the place. Like, this place is obviously totally different, but I'm like, this is basically like The Bear. And now I'm here, and I'm like the guy. Because we all think that we're the superhero, you know. And so I'm like, I'm going to freaking be the man of the place. But for now, I'm kind of the fucking rookie. So I'll do my training shifts, and then, you know, saddle up, partner, because it's going to be my shit show Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which I am looking very forward to that, to have 3 days of work, 4 days off. I think that's just how it should be. It should always be 3 days on, 4 days off. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Waiting for more DUI shit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go work my new bartender gig and try not to fuck it up. The main thing that scares me is the money, the till, because I'm in charge of the till and the lotto till and the lotto machines that I have to empty at the end of the night. So, like, humans I can deal with. I've been dealing with humans for years. But just learning the new POS system and then the money. And I'm all weird about the money. And my trainer, she's just like, it's just money. Just fucking count it, throw it in the thing. Don't be scared of the money. And I'm like, ooh, surveillance is watching me. But they're not. So I just got to count the shit. It's just money. It's not a big deal. Just do the thing. Be confident. And smart with it. And it'll be fine. It'll probably be fine. There'll be some bumps and bruises along the way, I'm sure. But for now, I'm just going to focus on whatever my trainer says, and hopefully they set me up for not failure. I'm just so used to my last job where they would literally set you up for failure. Almost like they're setting you traps. It was like they were just setting you up. They're like, okay, it's Saturday night, and there's no breaker, and concert. It's concert night, so, and go. Then you're just like, what? How do I get through it? And they're like, yep, okay, have a good one. So, this one, hopefully, I'm set up for success. So that'd be a nice change of pace. Bada bang, bada boom. That's kind of it for now. That's the Bartenders Anonymous Podcast, episode 9. And look at that. This is a record here. We're almost at 25 minutes. Getting better at this shit. Or worse. That's hard to say. I don't know. But this first one without the nicotine. Nicotine. Alright, whatever. Have a good week, guys.